my first YouTube video ever. Hi, this is kind of weird. Ready. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm videoing in my room currently, so don't mind like the 1 week laundry that's in the back. This is one of the few days I get off, so I'm trying my best to just rush through this. Anyway, that's not the important part. The important part is I'm finally doing this, and you're like, Narini as a YouTube channel? Why? She does not need a YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't need it, but my sister's been pushing me to do this, and so I decided to do it. And I've been pushing myself to do it too, so here we are. My name is NariniForever for those of you who don't know me. I am from Zimbabwe. That's a country in Southern Africa. About me, I moved to Canada in 2019, so that's where I currently am. I grew up in Zimbabwe for most of my life and then moved to Canada in 2019, and I've been here since then. Why did I start this YouTube channel? A lot has to do with me being one of the few people who chose to live in this part of Canada from Zimbabwe. So a lot of my like peers or people who know me or know of me from Zimbabwe are always asking, oh, how was it like coming here? And I'm just tired of explaining it over and over, so I have decided to compile a bunch of videos explaining the basics. So this is just my introduction video. It's not going to explain much, but it's just going to be like my first YouTube video ever. Hi, this is kind of weird, to be honest, to be quite frank. The sun is going down. I forgot that winter gets dark early for some reason, so I'm just gonna rush through this. Sorry if I miss anything. I have more videos to come. Hopefully when I get a day off I will post more videos, but for today I'm Narini. Welcome to, I haven't thought of a name for my channel yet, so we're just gonna insert that right here. Anyway, this is why I started this YouTube channel, for those people who I'm gonna be like, hey, refer to my YouTube channel if you want to know more about Kelowna or British Columbia. But it's also just gonna be a fun way to keep my family engaged with what I'm doing, my family up to date with how it's like living here, because if you are from Africa, you know that your family members aren't just your parents and your siblings. It's extended family that also want to know how you've been, what you've been up to, and all that jazz. So let's get into it. Why I came here. So I came here because I was nearing the end of high school. So in Zimbabwe, we finish high school in upper 6, which would be like an additional year here. So whereas people finish in grade 12, we would finish in grade 13 because we have 7 years of high school. Don't ask me why. So I had completed my grade 12 equivalent here, and my parents were just like, well, because of both the political and economic state that was in Zimbabwe in 2019, my parents were very uncertain of whether they should keep me for another year in high school or just quickly send me off to university, because we weren't sure what 2020 was going to look like. And boy, was it hell. I don't think I would have been able to get out of Zimbabwe if I had spent another year in high school, just because of COVID and just how difficult that got. The people who were able to go to university in 2020, like, how are you guys? I really want to have that conversation, because that was hard. Just from my point of view, I don't know how it was for you guys. So yeah, it was just like God sent timing, really, if I'm to say. My parents were just like, I don't think you need that last year of high school if you are able with your grades to go to college. But also at that time I didn't know what I wanted to study, so it was kind of that moment where I had to decide to stay and do an extra year of high school trying to figure it out, or just push myself out into the world and try figure it out while I'm out here, which I decided to do, even though I still haven't figured that part out. At least I'm here, where it's easier to try find something like to start your life off, rather than in Zimbabwe where it's harder to just wing it, you know. So they found an agent who was very amazing. Mr. Janasi, if you're watching this, like, round of applause. That man was great. Not only at like helping us through the process, but also finding the best starting place for me. Okanagan College was a place where I think I needed to go through to actually just be where I am right now in life. My mental state kind of got, like, my confidence and everything got boosted, and I wasn't just like thrown into deep end university, you know. So yeah, if you are to travel, to learn abroad or to do something like I did, I would definitely advise going through an agent, because they just help you make everything go smoother, everything go faster. They are amazing. And if you are in Zimbabwe, I would refer Mr. Janasi. I'm not so sure if there are any other agents in Zimbabwe, but I'm sure they are. If it's one of those, if you know people, you know people. I'll go into depth about my process coming to Canada if someone really wants to know about it, but right now I'll just explain how it went. So in 2019, I had missed a term already of high school, so I definitely wasn't going back to high school. So we just decided to go ahead with the processing of my papers, and that was in May of 2019 that I think I submitted my papers. I don't remember the dates, guys, don't quote me. It has been very crazy 3 years. So yeah, everything was processed and I was just waiting, sleeping all day because I couldn't handle the pressure and the stress.
Wow, the pressure is getting worse. Hey, the guys are giving up.
For 3 months, and then I finally got my decision in July, or I think even no, it was July. And then yeah, everything kind of just happened so quickly that it's all just now a blur to me. It was quite the experience. I got to come here in August, so I think the 23rd of August is when I arrived here in Kelowna, and luckily enough, Mr. Bright Janasi found accommodation with a homestay family, so like you can stay with a family here in Canada and go to school type of setup, and that really helped me because I was able to integrate into the culture, into the society, like very quickly, very easily. You quickly adapt when you're staying with a family that's helping you, that's showing you around. And yeah, it's been amazing. Actually, I'm still in touch with the family that I stayed with. They're amazing people. You hear a lot of people saying Canadians are amazing, and sometimes you're like, I don't know how true that is, and you get here and you're like, meh. But like the amazing Canadians are amazing. My host family, I ain't gonna tear up, but they're pretty amazing. If they're watching this, I love you guys. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I flew here, arrived August. It was still summer, so if you're coming here in August and people tell you, oh, Canada is so cold, it's gonna be snowing, honey, that's a lie. I had no bathing suit and we were going to the beach almost every day. So yeah, it was still very warm, and that was like just like, whoa, hello. And then the thing is, people were driving on the right side of the road, and I'm used to people driving on the left side of the road. I'm like, y'all are driving on the wrong side of the road, and they're like, no, I'm pretty sure this is the right side of the road. There were little differences like that just made it like, whoa, I really do be living a Western lifestyle now. It was very crazy to have to transition, and like little culture shocks, like, oh, just how relaxed things are here and just easily accessible. Like, not saying that people complain a lot, but like people's struggles are different, because back home your struggle is like anamari, you know. But here the struggle is just like, oh, you know, the easy struggles, if I'm to say. So that was just a bit like, oh, life here is easy. You guys are complaining about going to work. I wouldn't even have a job at 16. Like, there's no employment when you're 16 in Zimbabwe. you guys are unless like your dad's hiring you. You guys are complaining about taking the bus. I'm Tore Zupko. Like, if you're to try to take the buses back home, like, you know, it's little things like that where you're like, oh, this is what they're complaining about. Yeah. And also just religion here is taken totally different, but like, I won't get into that because, again, you see the topic is very sensitive here, whereas back home, you talk about Jesus, everyone says amen. Glory be to God. Just those little things were like, oh, okay, I'm on the west side now. We're in the west now, you know? But all good stuff. Nothing that I'm up and like, take me home right now. Oh, the snow. Not the snow itself, but the snow, you know? Like the cold. Oh, being like, waking up in the morning and being like, oh wow, it's snowing, versus waking up in the morning and being like, oh no, it's snowing, I have to go to work in that. You know? Yeah. But it's been fun. It's been fun experiencing ice skating, skiing, snow itself, winter. It is cold. Like when it gets cold, it gets cold. When it's hot, it's hot. Dude, the places be burning down because of how hot it is. So don't take it too lightly when we say it's hot here and be like, oh no, it's Canada, it's cold in Canada. It do be hot here. But yeah, I'll move on to that more into detail in later videos if people want to know about like, Sarah was really looking at me. If someone wants to know like what clothes exactly to bring in like January. Oh, sir do be walking up and down and staring at me. Should I wave? Should I wave? Oh, I got too scared to wave. Oh, he's crossing the street. Ugh. Anyway, oh yeah, I moved out of my host family this year in November, and yeah, I've been living with my roommates now, my housemates, since for a month now, and yeah, we're getting used to each other. School is great. A lot of the friends I made at the college, you know, when you're like, oh, college life is gonna be so amazing, I'm gonna have friends from Jamaica, I'm gonna have friends from France, I'm gonna have friends from Canada, and then we're just gonna start this whole YouTube channel and be amazing famous superstars. That was my imagination, and to my disappointment, I did not become famous with my friends from France. My friend from Jamaica though, she's a rock star. I love her. Like, it was all great and dandy, really. I did like how the college like eases you in. Let me try turn on some light. No, everyone on the street will see me. I'll just come a bit closer. Baby, come closer. I do like how it wasn't dive deep into there's a doggo. Okay, it's really getting darker, so I'm gonna hurry up. It is like domestic students click together because they've known each other for long, and like it makes sense in the social life and the social atmosphere, you know. So like the domestic students would stick to themselves, and then they'll create cliques, and then internationals kind of stick to themselves as well. So a lot of the friends that I made when I came here were internationals. Not that I'm complaining about them, I love them and I still hang out with them. Like Ella, Visara. They're very amazing people that I met. But I'm just saying, like, when you come here and you feel like it's cliquey, that's because it is. Like, people stay in their cliques. I don't know why, but like people just find comfort in staying with the people they know rather than branching out. But classes were amazing. Because I hadn't finished that last year of high school, I still found myself very in need of that one-on-one connection with professors, and like my education level was like, you know, very timid. Not that I was dumb, I'm not saying that I was dumb. I was just like very timid and not confident in myself and my like writing ability, my math skills. I was like very shy because high school just doesn't bring the best out of you in that, at least the high school I went to. So I really loved that I wasn't just like thrown into the deep end in university, and that I went through college where the professors are there for you. Like if you want to talk to the professor, you can like be like, hey Emily, let's talk, you know, hey Chris, I'm not understanding what's happening here. And then I kind of also got connected with international education, and they were also very amazing. So my experience at the college was, I'll give it an 80%. COVID kind of took that 20 away from them, which like I shouldn't give it to them, but I still do, because you know, we all have to blame somebody. But it was an 80% out of 100, to be very honest, which is pretty high, because some people's college experience is like 10%. So I did enjoy it, especially my last semester for some reason. Oh, I have graduated now. I graduated this year with an Associate of Arts degree. I majored in everything. And you're like, what do you need? Yeah, I took history, psychology, philosophy, sociology, geography, biology, computer science.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I did a lot. But that was just me trying to figure out what I really want to do. And now, not that I know what I want to do, but like I've seen what's there out there in the world, and I feel more confident about picking a career. I'm just like relaxed in what I'm doing right now, that I'm not really going out for my career. And I'm also waiting to get permanent residence so that it's easier for me to then go back to school to learn, which that's another story I can get into if anyone wants to know more about that. But yeah, I'm sorry my lighting keeps on changing. Oh, that's so gross. I'm so sorry. I'm still working with my phone that is on 10% right now. So when I got here, I did try applying for jobs, but because I was coming from a country where working at a young age is not really something that's seen a lot, I didn't have any work experience to start on, so it was really hard trying to find somewhere to work. But luckily my host mom's friend was a manager at a retail store that I started working at, my first job here in Canada, and it was great. I was working 20 hours a week, making like minimum wage for myself. I could spend that money on whatever I wanted to spend it on. It was great, really, and I loved it. I love the people who work there, because when you're good with the boss, like when the boss is your host mom's friends, you're like, you're Gucci with everyone except for this one guy. We won't talk about him in case he's watching it.
Ciao. Anyway, so
I got here in 2019, August 2019, and I started working. I started class September 2019, and then I started working October 2019 until the next year. I feel like I worked there for a year and a bit, and then I quit because I found another job the next year at American Eagle, where I still am working. I left because there was just no room for growth there, and I just felt like if I was going to be there for more than a year, I would have to have some growth, and at least some means, right? So I moved from there a year later, and then I've been at American Eagle for a year now. Maybe it was a year and like 8 months or something. I was like, then I moved to American Eagle, so I've been at American Eagle for a year now. Yeah, a year and like a few months. Yeah, and now I'm the sales lead manager at American Eagle. I started as a regular brand ambassador there, and now I'm like sales lead. Slay! Yeah, and I also am the store's influencer, so like a lot, if you go on my Instagram, which you should, you'll see a lot of my posts are linked to work. It pays. I get paid to post on Instagram. That's all I love doing, really, and I get paid to do it. Which is why I'm also struggling with time, because a lot of the time I'm at work or I'm doing something for work, and I'm never just at home having a day off. Like today I am sick, but I've chosen to pull through to do this for all those beautiful people out there who are like, hey Narini, how do I do this? Hey Narini, what is it like to move to Canada? Hey Narini, I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing this for you guys. My back hurts, but I'm doing this. I don't even know who I am at this point. I used to be the shy girl back home, and then I moved to Canada, and Canada was like, hey Narini, you gotta take responsibility. And I'm like, I'll try. And I've been trying since. I feel like I'm succeeding. I don't know if there's something else that I've forgotten to mention. I don't know. How do people end their YouTube videos? Anyway, guys, before the sun goes down and before I run out of batteries, I'm just going to end the video here and then go into depth about everything else in my next videos. So please stay tuned. I will hopefully put up ask me a question link somewhere in my social medias where people can just throw questions at me, and then in my next couple of videos I can answer those questions and base my feed on that. So if you're watching this introduction video and want to know more, follow the link. I don't know how to do that yet, but I'll figure out how to put a link down there, and just follow that link to my Instagram or to my Twitter or to my Facebook. You guys get the gist of it. So yeah, I would really appreciate it if you could let me know. Even if I know you, oh, why did my voice break? Even if I know you and like we were friends, or we still are friends, and you just want to ask me a random question like, Narini, how are you? Like, how truly are you? Truly. I will answer those questions. Like, any questions, just throw them at me, because right now I'm basing off my videos, off my of what my sister's giving me and what I'm coming up with in my head as well. So yeah, I might do some videos where I tour the campuses, like if you're going to UBCO or if you're going to OC, I can do some videos like that. I can do some videos within Kelowna if you guys want to see that. So yeah, just comment down below, just like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Don't mind my laundry. Okay, bye guys. Thank you for watching. And if any of you were driving, if any of you are in Kelowna and were driving as I was filming this, please comment down below. I want to have a party with you. You can come and feature. I'll take that back. I'll edit that. Ow, I had to stretch. Ow. So many people walk here, hey? Oh my. I was like, what the hell is beeping? I forgot I left my tomatoes in the... I left my tomatoes roasting, guys. Whoopsies. At least the house didn't burn down this time. That's another story. I'm not a storyteller.